Alright, we're live. Hello everyone, once again for your weekly, bi-weekly, bi-monthly, every 2.5, 3 months? Yeah, something like that. Anyway, your new broadcast of Masters of Dungeons Illios campaign. This is session 25, yet to be named because I never named it before the fact. Because I cannot see the future. So who knows what might happen. Yeah, quarterly is a pretty good estimate there, Ryan. Okay. Before we get into it, here are our players. Let's go in order of the stream, of how people appear on StreamYard, so we'll start from the
top. My name is Julian, and I am playing Milo. And that is all the information I have for you.
Wesley, and I'm playing Omen. That's all the information I have for you.
I'm Ryan, and I'll be playing Noki.
But that's not all the information he has for you.
Oh, I'm spotlighted. Hi, me. I am Logan, and I am reprising my role as Illigit the Lionheart, Paladin of Ilmater. Oh, my AC is totally wrong, Molly.
Yeah, I know. So after doing the intro and doing all the technical stuff that we do before we play, I realized that I did not remind y'all to use the updated overlays that I sent y'all like 2.5 months ago. So you want to mess with that, you can. But last time we left off, they were about to get into a scuffle with some Goliath brigands here. So to set the scene, Illigith, Illigith, Milo, you're on the road. You see these 5 Goliaths in front of you, each of them riding a dire moose, pointing these firearms at you. Goliath, Gnocchi, Omen, and the the little legion of Dwarven scouts y'all got are off there on the wings. Gnocchi, you notice Goliaths sneaking around the side, basically trying to get set up a little ambush here. These people on the road. Last thing Havoc said. Essentially, kill the exile. And roll initiatives.
I guess I'll roll a new one if you want me to, Molly.
No, that's fine. That's fine, I got it. Yeah. If someone could post for me the initiative order in the chat, that'd be great. Everyone's favorite part of playing D&D here.
Yep. Nookie.
Hey,
Yes, Ryan.
do I see all 6 of them?
So last time I had mentioned that you do see the Goliaths kind of off to the left and to the right. Basically, you saw the ones on the left and you were like, oh shit, is this an ambush? And you like quickly glance the other side and you see movement on the other side. So you're aware. You're the only one that is aware of everyone that you know of.
Okay.
Okay. Maybe I need to roll initiative as the enemy. Maybe that'd be good to do.
Nah, you can just go at the bottom.
Okay. Really? Okay, I'll do this. I just put BBEG because why not? Okay. Gnocchi, you are up.
Save me, Noki, save me.
Normally, the character would be very quiet about where they are, but Noki can't really do that. So, not to give away Omen's position, Noki's gonna like, jump out of this from behind this tree into the middle of the road with his newest and biggest boomstick at the ready. Doing so, he yells, "It's an ambush from both sides," and then he's gonna shoot this guy on the right in the middle.
All right.
Um,
He has his firearm trained at your friends.
he's
Just
going
kind of
to
looking. Yeah, just kind of. Those Goliaths just kind of looking surprised as a gnome just kind of jumps out into the middle of the road out of nowhere with his own firearm.
Does a 20 hit?
Against crude Goliath leathers, you bet it does.
So this new gun, one shot, he fires off a shot, hitting the guy in the chest. Opens the barrel, loading in another one. Fires with a 19 to hit.
All right.
And so that's going to do a whole lot of damage.
You have 3 attacks now, right?
I'm using bad news, so I can't reload.
Correct. All right.
I can only reload the one time.
Yep.
So he is going to do 48 damage to this guy.
How do you
from his
kill him?
2 shots. In the chest and loading it right in his heart. Killing this SOB. And because it is bad news, each shot explodes in a glorious fire in a 5-foot AoE. And so both of them need to make 2 dex saves.
All right. You said in a 5-foot AOE?
So both the
Okay.
guys next to him.
Gotcha. All right. So they will do so.
Did you move that guy off the map?
Yeah, I did. I know who you're talking about. And they're rolling
I'm at the guy
dex
on the
saves.
right.
What's the DC?
15, I believe.
Okay, 15.
No, 18.
18. Okay. So the lead guy succeeds. The guy back here does not.
I'm at the guy on the right side, like the 3 guys on the right. The ambushers.
Yeah. What about him?
That's the guy I meant to shoot. Was the guy in the middle right there?
Oh, that's what you meant. Oh, okay. Right here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
he's.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I highlighted it, but I don't know if you could see it or not.
Gotcha. I think I was doing something else. But yeah. Okay, so you completely kill that guy. This guy right here to the left will succeed. This guy to the right critically fails.
They make 2 dex saves, 1 for each shot.
Okay. The guy on the left succeeds again. The guy on the left fails, or the guy on the right fails by 1.
I don't think we ever talked about it. Is it half damage for a save or no damage?
How much damage does it do?
1d8.
I'll just say no damage.
Alright. So the guy who failed twice is going to take 8 total fire damage, 4 and 4.
Okay.
And the other guy saved both, so he takes
Okay,
half.
yeah. The guy that saves seems to have this uncanny awareness and just kind of ducks behind the bush that he is, but that other guy just completely caught off guard by you coming into the middle of the road and taking shots at what he thought was a sure ambush against these 2 people against your allies. All right. Nice job, Nyoki. Is that it for you?
He's going to stow the weapon.
All right.
And yeah, that's it.
What is the line?
Nothing, Moldy. Ignore it.
Okay.
Molly,
Oh
I have
no!
a quick
Wait.
I can stow and draw another firearm, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that.
All
Pull
right.
out one of my pistols.
All right. Cool. Okay. So after that, the Goliaths get to go, and I realized I didn't roll initiative for the dwarves. All right. Well, what'd you get? A 4, Illigus?
That is correct.
They somehow managed to go even after you. So, so they'll go last. They weren't paying very much attention, it seems. But yeah, these Goliaths, they see Nyoki pop into the road. They shoot his friend. At this point, their guns are still trained on the people in front of them, so they are going to unload.
Are they?
Yes, they are. Okay. Tell me what your AC is, Illigus. Like a 22?
22.
Okay. So, three of these shots are going to go to you, Illigus. 2 of them are going to go to this other Goliath that is standing next to Illigus.
Yikes.
Yep. And these 2 guys to the right are going to be attacking Nyoki with their
All right.
firearms. This one's going to step out. These 2 are going to move to get better sight on you, Illigus. So Illigus, you are taking a total of 6 attacks, I believe. Milo, you're taking 2. Nyoki, you're taking 2.
All right. Well, whichever ally next to me gets hit first is going to get my protection, which is disadvantage.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I see. You want me to roll Julian's damage first. Okay. I see how it is. Alright, so... And I'm using a Google Excel doc because there are a lot of things here. He gets disadvantage, you say? Okay, you can thank Illigus for taking away the first critical of the night there, Julian.
Arigato gozaimasu.
Okay, I'll go ahead and roll again. What is your AC, Julian?
Irrelevant. I'm kidding.
Irrelevant?
It is 15.
Okay, so with 15, he does hit. So, Julian, you're going to take 15 points of damage.
So I will use my shields ability. So I will split that damage with Milo. As the ambush emerged and Illigith kind of explaining why his initiative is so slow, he takes a quick assessment of the battlefield, making sure that he's doing his absolute best job to protect the allies that he has come here with, and steps very closely to Milo, taking defensive position, ready to shield him from the first attack, and is only barely able to do that. But Milo, as you're grazed on the shoulder, it's kind of like this energy. You don't see anything, but you feel a pull of energy from the side of that wound towards Illigith, who then makes a grunt.
So it's half damage. What was the damage we took or what is it now?
He took the damage for you.
I take.
I thought he took half the damage for me.
Hold on. I choose to take the damage. I take the damage. It's not half.
Oh.
Yeah. So the blow that should have hit you as you look at your shoulder or wherever it would have hit you is not there, and as you turn to Illigith, glancing quickly, you see a wound.
Oh.
And I'm also going to shrug that off just because I can.
All right. So while you're doing that, Milo, you said your AC is 15.
Yes.
Okay. The second shot, the second attack that is hitting you does hit you, and that's going to deal 21 points of damage.
Okay.
Okay.
Hellish Rebuke.
Oh, all right. How does that look? It's the guy in the back right here.
You just see as I get struck, he just erupts in these black flames as he takes 23 points of damage.
23 points of damage. Okay. Yeah, so he erupts into black flames. The dire moose that he is riding on goes crazy and bucks him off. And the moose runs away. So this guy is just kind of on the ground, kind of trying to pat out these black flames.
Which guy is it?
This guy right here, the guy
Okay.
in the back right.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, just realized Gnocchi is still up front there. All right. So we'll go ahead and do this in quick succession. Okay, Illios. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You do not get hit by any of these.
Oh, I do. It just doesn't go anywhere, baby.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Okay. Now you're two, Gnocchi. I gotta update the spreadsheet. What's your AC?
18.
18. Okay, so one of them manages to hit you, and you will take 13 points of damage.
Ew.
Okay, and seeing that,
I hope they saw that.
oh yeah, seeing that, they kind of just give a look of shock at this. That one dire moose run away. The others are just kind of going not crazy, but they're just agitated. And you can see the Goliaths trying to get a hold of them, and a Havoc, seeing that his men are kind of agitated here, he would say, "Do not worry. These weapons have garnered us victory before. Move forward." And it looks like he is going to, this guy with the dire moose, he is actually going to try and ram y'all through, so they're going to try and trample y'all. So I'm going to need dex saves.
From both of us?
Yes.
And if I choose to use a strength save versus
It
being
is-
moved,
It is an ability of the moose.
oh,
Is dex.
well, that sucks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, what'd y'all get?
Low.
Low. Alright, what about you, Milo?
13.
Okay. So lucky for you, the DC was 13. So you succeed. Illigith, don't know if you do.
No.
Okay. Those that fail take 10 damage. Those that succeed take 5.
Did you add your paladin stuff?
I mean, I'm not even close. I rolled a 4.
Oh.
So I mean, even with that, I think it's a +3 is a 7, and my shield is a +2. So
Go
no.
ahead and do that. Okay. These guys will move up.
Yeah, and Julian, you would have had a +3 on that anyway.
Yeah. That guy, his moose ran away. He is going to go ahead and come over to the right here. Okay. So that is their turn. They're not backing down. Milo.
I'm trying to understand how the trample worked since we weren't moved at all.
Essentially, okay. So essentially, how I saw it, maybe trample is a bad word. This moose is essentially coming up, and he's coming up to ram y'all, and the Havoc kind of does a maneuver where he has the moose do a spin to just kind of stay in place after trampling you all.
Okay.
Yes.
How much damage did we take from that? Halved from the save?
8, 5.
Sorry, I missed that. I was looking at what I was going to be doing on my turn. So Milo is going to. You kind of see this similar shadows that surrounded the creature, kind of begin to surround him, and then behind this Goliath, you see the shadows form on the ground as a giant wolf, the size of the mooses. Kind of erupts from the ground and attacks, and it's going to roll initiative for it. I'll roll a d20 for you for that initiative. Okay. It goes on... Sorry, Molly. This is the first time I'm using it, so it is... I'm still getting used to it.
Oh.
Okay. It has initiative of 8, so it'll go before Illigith, but after Omen, right? Yeah. And that erupts there, and then you kind of see this. That won't work anymore. He outstretches his hand. He takes a few steps back over here, so that's 5, 10, 15. 5, 10, 15. To here. Yeah, he can get there. And a cone of cold erupts from his hands. Oh god.
Thanks.
That looks way more threatening. Right there. A cone of cold erupts from Milo's hands and hits everyone but Illigith. So that's a Constitution saving throw, Molly. And the guy has disadvantage.
Just the leader?
I believe so. Let me double check this.
Okay. Is this is also the 3 guys on the right? Or just everyone in that grouping?
All the 3, everyone in that grouping except like cutting off at Illigith.
So
So,
7
alright.
people.
7 people.
Alrighty then. Okay, Havoc fails.
And actually, all those enemies that are around my hound have disadvantage on the saving throw.
That's what I thought it was. Okay, so Havoc fails. The guy to the left of the hound fails. Guy fail. I'm not even gonna. They all fail. The ones that are next to your hounds. What is the DC even? They're
17.
rolling 17. Okay, so these guys on the right might have a chance. Okay, so this guy succeeds. I don't know if it'll do him any good because he already is pretty hurt from your flames. This guy managed to succeed. They both rolled 16s and an 18. Okay, so all 3 of these guys on the right succeed.
So they take, if the ones that failed around my hound take 42 damage.
Okay. So how do you kill this guy, and this guy?
So let me double check Cone of Cold to make sure. Yeah, so you just kind of see them kind of begin to freeze, and they just shatter. I'm assuming it killed their mooses as well?
Yes.
Yeah, so you just see the mooses and the men kind of begin to freeze, and then just they freeze so much that they just crack, and then they fall to pieces on the ground.
Yeah, Havoc hit his moose. His moose is frozen, but you can see him gritting his teeth with the firearm still kind of in his grasp. Just a look of complete bewilderment on his face and shock. He's maybe not seen magic before. Who knows? So the so
Freaking
these
yikes.
so these guys on the right. Okay, these two are alive. This guy is dead because he had also taken your Hellish Rebuke damage, so he is frozen and shatters as well. All right, is that all, Milo?
That is my turn.
Okay. Omen.
I'm gonna defer to Illiga.
All right. Pupper.
Pupper is going to bite into big guy.
And the big guy. All right.
Yeah. Yep. Let me double check to make sure we didn't make any revisions to his damage. No. Okay. Yeah, he bites into big guy. That is a 18 to hit.
Hits
He has
is-
advantage, so I'm going to roll again just in case.
Okay. His AC is 15.
Okay. Not a crit. And he deals 11 damage, and
Okay.
he's trying to drag him to the ground. So I need him to roll a strength saving throw.
Okay, he might succeed that. What's the DC?
DC is low. It's like 13.
Okay, 13. Well, he rolled a 4 plus 7, so he still fails.
Hey! So the hound just kind of drags him to the ground.
Yeah, and as you drag him off of that moose, you can hear the kind of ice breaking that was kind of holding him into the dead dire moose as he is now on the ground. Okay. Illigus.
All right. Illigith, not having any of this, completely taken aback, lots of mixed emotions with the Thunogovan name drop causing this massive fight to just boom, all the explosions happen. It's protecting Milo, making sure the rest of his group is protected, sees the kind of the ambush on the side, and then all of these Goliaths just frozen and shattered right before him. Illigith is going to go straight for the head. He takes 3 or 4 giant steps toward the Goliath, who is he now prone?
Yep.
Yeah, who's now prone. I don't know how the pin action works or anything like that. He's welcome to roll a strength check.
Would it be a grapple, but the guy's at disadvantage?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's just a contested athletics, and
that's fine.
Yeah, I know you're not very good at those.
It's probably going to be pretty close.
And low. You can use one of your attack actions to do that, so you can still get your extra attack off.
Sure, that's fine.
Or to attack him.
He had disadvantage, you say?
Yeah.
All right, not you. You do not have disadvantage.
No, I don't have advantage.
Yep. Safe to say you pinned him?
Yeah. So I pin him like cattle. I don't have rope. I'm doing the hog tie action, but I don't have hog tie. I pull his arm back behind him, basically dislocate his shoulder on whichever was his firing arm. And I say very loudly and clearly to the battlefield, I invoke the right of submission. Submit now and call this off. So however you want, that could be my bonus action to intimidate or persuade, whichever you want, I can roll.
That sounds like an intimidation to me, buddy.
Happy late birthday, Ryan.
Thanks, bud.
Okay, I really am rolling crap tonight, y'all. We're gonna try a third D20, and I'm gonna inspire it. Okay, that's much better. That's an 18. Try to roll in 4s and 8s.
This is why you always defer to Illigith.
I didn't know that.
All right. Before you detail the reaction, can I aid this display, Molly?
Yeah, go for it. Of course you can.
Okay. So I'm going to attempt to dominate the two people across from us. So like the ones closest to what's his name, Milo.
Yep.
Oh, wait a second. Would it make more sense to dominate the guy himself and then make him submit? That makes way more sense. Yep, we're gonna do that instead. And then due to the dual enchantment thing, I'm gonna also do one of the guys across from him. So it's a DC 17 Wisdom saving throw on the guy who's being pinned down, and then also let's just say the guy that's closest to Gnocchi on the right side. So this guy right here. So technically they have advantage on this, but it's just too perfect. It has to happen.
Okay.
So DC 17 Wisdom saving throw.
For big guy and the highlighted.
Yeah. And now, Molly, I want to throw something by you. In one of Matt Colville's videos, one of the alternative uses for inspiration is to impose disadvantage on an enemy, like in the example of a saving throw. And so they would just nullify this thing out. Just gonna put that out there.
So can I throw something else out there?
You can, yes.
They don't need disadvantage.
That is good.
But we may need it in the future.
Yeah, Ryan's like,
Keep
ooh,
you rolling it now.
Right,
It's a dark omen.
Sure. I'm gonna regret that. I'm so gonna regret that. All right.
All right, so I'd use an inspiration on the big guy because that's the only guy I really want it to happen to. The other guy would just be beneficial, but not necessary.
Alrighty. The finishing of that sentence was going to be, with how much inspiration y'all have saved up, this is going to be oof.
I mean, it's a new character, so
Yep.
you know.
Suffice to say, they fail utterly.
Well, that's kind of how we intended it.
On dominate person is pretty intense. So I can basically use my action to take like absolute control of their action. So for the first guy, he's gonna scream out, "I submit! I submit!" However they talk. I don't know if they all talk like Illigan. And the other guy is just gonna like go to a knee in like supplication, like kind of like my liege, and submits. And puts down his gun.
I mean, I just imagine they're saying it in Golka.
Yep.
Yeah, and then their Goliath tongue, yeah. Well, technically, I don't speak Goliath, so they would. I don't know how.
I don't know that you have to, though.
You're just ordering them to submit, so they would submit as they submit.
Yeah. They believe me, they're submitting. Okay. The guy that is being pinned by Illigith is not his throat, but other things are getting ripped out by Pupper. Yeah.
Not his jubilee bits.
Yep. He yells that out. The other Goliaths. At this point, it's not even a contest. You get the feeling some of them haven't seen magic on, at least not on the level that Milo did. Illigith survived the gunshots and didn't take like any damage at all. So on top of Omen's magic and just everything, they throw their firearms to the ground, and per the act of submission, Logan, they kneel to the ground. They're on one knee. They put their right fist to their chest, and they bow slightly. They bow their head slightly in submission to you. So the combat is over.
Short and sweet.
Yep. Could make it.
That was beautiful.
Yep. Right.
All right.
And, yep. Go for it.
Yeah. So I guess
So
you're gonna have.
I have a minute left of dominate persons in which they have to listen to literally everything I say. So if there's something that you want to find out in 1 minute, now would be the time.
Okay.
Right. Say that in character.
Right. Yeah.
That's pretty much what I would say. Exactly that.
But yeah, I imagine like a, use
Ask the
this
question
time.
now.
Ask him. Yeah. I'm blanking on names. Who's our dwarf?
Dolgrim.
Dolgrim. Yeah. So I've got him pinned and everything. And I'm gonna shout out, Dolgrim, round him up. So that way they are getting taken care of.
Yep. Dolgrim, who didn't even get to participate in the battle. That seems to be happening more frequently these days. The dwarven contingent that y'all have basically moves to round them up, tie them up, however you'd like.
I mean, we don't need to make them. They don't need to submit. Like,
I
mean, they don't need to like grovel at us, but
no, I know
they're
around them, making sure they're not going to do anything.
Yeah.
And Dolgrim will kind of come up right here next to Nyoki.
All right. And so the Goliath that I have pinned, I don't know his name is Havoc, but I'm gonna ask him. Tell me who is in charge. Why are dwarves dying? And what? Why have you attacked us?
Okay. So the first one, who is in charge? Okay. So, how does this guy look under the effect of dominate person, by the way?
He looks totally normal. You couldn't tell that he's being charmed in any way.
Yep, understood. That probably makes the most sense. Havoc, completely, dominated by a dominated person in the place of submission, speaks. I am a lieutenant of Maliki Nalukar, which in your tongue, Illigith, would translate to Stormbreaker. So to say Stormbreaker. Under Maliki.
How do you spell that? Okay, that's fine. Maliki what?
Yeah, Maliki Nalakur.
Nalakur.
Or Stormbreaker, whichever you want to do. All right. Here at the behest of the Blood Wolf, to attack Bleakstone. The second question, Illigith, was why are dwarves dying? Or is that the third one?
Why are dwarves dying was the second question.
Yeah, why are dwarves dying? Okay, to that he would say, per the Blood Wolf's orders, we are here to retake the ancestral homeland of our people, lost to us many, many generations ago. And the third question?
And the third question was,
Why did they
why
attack
have
us?
you attacked us when I mentioned Thunuk Avon?
You are a relative of the Owl of Raylock,
Oh, okay, yeah, that's right.
who tore down our traditions and set a blight upon our people.
Okay,
You are
quickly
you are
trying to.
you are
go
all
ahead.
supposed to be dead.
Mm.
I was
And where is
surprised.
Raylock now? I cut him off.
You see he's struggling a bit.
If he's resisting, then I would say answer the question in his mind, like the
Yeah. Exiled to the north. He is dead.
Where? Mm. Yeah, that kind of hits Illigith really hard. He only takes a few seconds, just 2-3 seconds, and then he fires right back. Maliki Nalukar, you say the leader of the Blood Wolves, no?
She is under the Blood Wolf, one of her war captains.
Lead us to her.
And he would look to you, Omen.
he doesn't. He's not seen me yet.
Oh, good. Oh, yep, that is correct. He would say, "Yes, as you command. It is your right."
One way or another, we getting an audience, boys. Don't let me. Don't make us twist your arm.
So, through all of this, which I'm assuming Omen is kind of keeping a side eye on Milo at all times, because that's what he's been doing up to now.
No, we're good. We're good, fam.
So you'd kind of see the shadows around Milo kind of begin to fade, and as they fade, you also see the wolf kind of decrease in size until it becomes a puppy, which you're welcome to share the picture of the puppy if you wish, Molly. But that puppy then kind of just scampers over to Milo. And Milo's just kind of there with the puppy up for him. Up to him.
I have gifted you less angry pupper.
He's so cute. Like Marlo.
Marshmallow.
Marshmallow.
Yep,
Yeah. So what?
that's the dog that led y'all in the I guess Illigith, you'd be the only one that. That's the dog that led you to where Milo was sleeping. The puppy that did, if you remember that. Anyway, that's it. What are you doing, Omen?
I was just clarifying. So, like, this is one of those spells where it does not say that the person, like, once the spell ends, they don't know that I was charmed. They were charmed. So, just gonna put that out there. Like in other spells, it tells them like they definitely knew that you were the person who charmed them. Dominate person doesn't have any of that. Nobody saw me. I don't think any of my allies, unless they were looking at me while I was doing it, would know that this guy was charmed. So I just wanted to put that out there.
All right.
Yeah, and I think the dialogue more or less was kind of like, now is the time to ask for him to reveal information or something like that.
Yeah.
Like I did hear that, but other than that, just like nope, I don't know that there's anything going on.
I'm not hiding anything. It was just nobody really saw that, so it was just kind of
just making that clear.
Yeah, he's like a cloak and dagger type of a guy. He's not very like flashy and like, oh yeah, I dominated you, bro. It's cool and sleep.
Yep, that's perfectly fine. So as the spell kind of ends though, because it only lasts for a minute, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So as the spell kind of ends, Havoc just kind of blinks his eyes and just gets a look of anger and frustration on his face. Just kind of looking up to you, Illigith. It doesn't say no. He was charmed. It's a mixture of anger and confusion because he has no idea why he.
Submitted.
Why he submitted.
That was the main reason why I said something, because I didn't want you to be like, I know that I was charmed, and so like now we're gonna fight. Like he doesn't know that he was charmed, and I never made any indication that I charmed him.
Divine intervention. You don't know.
That's why you always defer to Illios. I'll just say it again. But yeah, that was perfect synergy with getting him prone and then pinning him and then doing that and then it was awesome.
No, that couldn't have gone better with Gnocchi and Milo with the shock and awe, and then capitalizing on that with dominate and intimidate. Yeah, they couldn't have gone better.
Thanks for letting us do this, Molly. I know that this probably hurts.
Yeah, go for it.
Beautiful.
That's what it's about, boys.
Yep. So. Yep. The last thing he said is, he said, lead us to her.
So, have we heard of the Blood Wolf before? Or is that just something that's just come up?
That is something that he mentions. So before Havoc attacked, he mentioned that that there was a clan unification, and that the Blood Wolf was at their head.
And I get the impression that the Blood Wolves are kind of rallying grassroots Goliath traditions, ancestral lands, bloodthirst. We don't need order. We don't need to capitulate to the dwarves. Screw them. Retake their land.
It is a safe assumption. And they haven't been saying the Blood Wolves. They have been saying the Blood Wolf.
Sorry,
So it is a title, in much the way that your brother was called the Owl.
Got you. Okay, yeah, I wasn't sure about that, but I just assumed. I assumed incorrectly.
Yep.
And then who was Relok? I just got the name. It was a bit too fast for me to get all the connections with it.
Relok is.
Have we heard that name before?
Was no, but that was Illios' brother.
Okay.
Illios'
but we don't
eldest brother. Yeah.
Okay. Got it. And then the Maliki is not a tribe, that's a person?
That is a person.
Maliki Nalukur.
Okay.
Used to me, Stormbreaker.
Yep.
A female.
Indeed.
Okay. And then Bleakstone? What's Bleakstone? Is that a town that we just came from, or was that
the town that was
besieged?
Yes, Bleakstone is the town that the note from the Dwarven soldier mentioned had been taken over by Goliaths and that they had firearms.
And that was where we were en route to, correct?
Yes. You at this point you're a couple hours away from that place.
Got it.
Okay, so wasn't expecting this particular development. So let's move forward with it. All right.
So, do you guys want to take the guns of everybody? He's probably not very wise.
Gnocchi.
Did we ask them how they got their guns? I don't think we did.
But we did read the note, right?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, the note.
Yeah, we found out why they have guns, right?
No. The note just said they had firearms.
Okay.
Y'all have not found out.
Sorry, it's been a few months. I don't remember what information we know and what we don't know and all that stuff.
Okay.
Perfectly fine.
Can I check out Havoc's gun?
Of course you can.
And can I roll like a gun knowledge or something like that?
So
you recognize the craftsmanship.
So no gun knowledge roll needed, Gnocchi. You look at these, and you see crude approximations of what you and your band of gnomes created, what you and your guild created. They seem to be reverse engineered from your design. So you know that your design was an inspiration, for sure, just looking at this and turning it over. Instead of using wood from the Ganassi, it appears to be using some kind of strange black metal as a binding agent.
Gotcha.
So you would notice that within like 5 seconds, 10 seconds of looking at it.
Noki would ask Illios, the Goliath, if they're known for like their metalworking or finding metals, using metal, metalworking. I guess is the best term.
Molly, all I know is crude iron.
Yep. So, Gnocchi, you asked that question to Illigith. Illigith, yep, at best, crude iron. In terms of magics, or something that could create something like this, if anything, very minor magics among your people.
No, Gnocchi. The Goliaths are simple folk, despite their savage appearance at times. Simple iron and woodworks, minor enchantments, nothing more.
Noki nods his head at this. That's what I figured. Perhaps you're not kind of wanting to say it, but with their new allies next to them, perhaps a dwarf or something could have done this. I'm not
Could
sure
always-
who could make these. We're quite far away from any gnomes.
Yep. If Dolgrim, assuming Dolgrim is privy to that conversation, the comment about maybe the dwarves, he would go over and look at it, and he would kind of get a look of, I guess, concern on his face, and he'd kind of furrow his brow, and he would he'd go between with a few of the other dwarven rangers to see if they recognize it. He's been away from Marangol for a while, and so after they kind of converse, Dolgrim would say, "This is similar to dwarven craftsmanship, but different. I do not recognize this metal. And our people have tried to recreate your gnome's successes, but we have failed in every endeavor. This is not of our people. Unless there is others among us. I do not know."
But did you not just say it is of your style, like your artisan style from dwarves? Is that correct?
Yes. This is why it makes no sense unless there are traitors among us. Torgenstall has been divided for over a year now.
Well, seeing your political unrest in your capital, it would make sense that there would be those who are opportunistic. No offense.
And even in times like these, with talk of unification amongst the Goliaths, only something of this caliber could prove to be uniting.
But you said that the metal was unique. You've never seen it before?
No. Never.
Has anyone here seen gnocchi? Does this metal look familiar to you?
You said it's a no, right, boy?
Yes, it is a metal. Gnocchi, again, no roll necessary. You do not know what this metal is.
I do not know. I assume it is something from these mountains.
Yeah.
They are not the most explored. And if they are rogue dwarves or an outlying civilization may have found them and sided with the Goliaths or...
What about you, Illios? Is this a metal you've seen before in the mountains of your birth?
It is not.
What
Have
are you
I
doing?
seen this metal before? It's a joke.
Yeah, you have not. Milo, what are you doing?
Playing with my puppy.
Milo's playing with his puppy.
Yeah, no, he's no, he just this isn't his conversation. He's along for the ride. So he is playing with his puppy, as in the puppy's licking his wounds and Milo's inspecting them. He is not. Well, I guess he's been hurt before, but
Did he have a wound?
Milo. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I
Alright,
tried.
so does Noki.
So, should we? We should definitely disarm them, just because we don't know exactly what they're going to do or how long this allegiance will last for. But Gnocchi, Dobrum, do you think that we should send back one of these guns back to the city so that they can possibly have some time to look over it and see if there's anything that can be overthrown? Would that be a waste of our time? Also, it's kind of stolen technology too, Gnocchi, so I don't know exactly how much you want this technology to get out there. It seems to be quite powerful in the wrong hands.
I cannot. Oh, we lost him.
Yeah, remember how Ryan said that his computer was going to update on him without his. It's really unfortunate because this is totally Ryan's question. Like,
Yeah, right.
These are the guns of your people, so. Okay, well, time for witty banter until Ryan gets back, I suppose, because it's kind of important. Indeed.
There we go.
We need not. There he is.
Oh, he's back. No more witty banter. All right.
Sorry, the internet cuts out randomly sometimes.
I had just asked you if you wanted to do anything with the guns, like if you wanted to send it off, possibly to the dwarves, or since it was stolen technology, if you just wanted to keep it under wraps because it was too powerful to be put into the wrong hands at this moment.
There's what, 10 of these guns, Molly?
Yes, I believe there were 10 Goliaths. So they each had a musket variant.
There were 11 Goliaths, 3 on each side, 4
right.
behind the big boss and the big boss himself.
Alrighty, 11.
Nice. Get wrecked, DM.
I try
Could-
my
could
best,
not-
guys.
If we have no need, could not we send one of our dwarven rangers back with them?
Well, the only thing I think it's a good idea, but it's possible that since it's stolen gnomish technology, perhaps he doesn't want it to propagate further. You know, I don't know.
Can we not communicate with the dwarves?
Noki would cut in, right there as Omen says this, and I believe there's enough guns out here already, and they've caused enough trouble. I wouldn't want another civilization making even more. Who knows what Great War is next, when there's even more guns out there.
World War One.
We'll take them for now, and then Noki plans to hide them somewhere along their way. Dig a hole or something.
Should we not take them with us? Perhaps give them to these rangers? It might be an upgrade.
The Rangers wouldn't be proficient in them.
Fair enough.
They take a lot of training. Julian or Milo didn't say that. It's so weird playing a character who doesn't speak, as in he speaks, but it's just if it's not his business, he stays out of it completely.
Says the guy who just jumped in front of.
Hey, I was trying to help. I was trying to help. Okay, Ryan, fine. Do you want? I don't mind talking. I don't know. I'm just so used to playing characters who are smart, and not that this guy's dumb. It's just who speak a lot.
Vietnam flashbacks. Rolly.
Yeah, that's
Um,
Noki's plan right now, is to take them and hide them along the way somewhere.
Yeah.
Maybe keep like one or two for himself to like check the craftsmanship and study it. But other than that, just kind of hide the rest.
All right. Do you want me to send a message to somebody? He kind of like waves his hands and ooh.
No, we could message the dwarves and let them know that Bleakstone has been taken.
Well, we were sent to
They-
investigate it. They know.
Okay.
That's what we were sent to. We got a note that Bleakstone was captured by
Yeah.
the Goliaths,
Sure.
and
You're right.
we're going to investigate it right now.
I think we're fine.
It is possible to send additional dwarven troops. Considering the resistance, that might be wise.
Was our mission to scout it out, or what was our mission exactly, Molly? Because remember, we didn't take too many people because we wanted to be like under the radar, right?
Yeah, so your mission was to find out what exactly happened to Bleakstone, why the Goliaths have guns, who's in charge, why they're mounting the assault, this apparent assault. It could just be this one city you don't, or this one town settlement you don't know.
Okay.
Because, yeah.
What are conditions like weather conditions? Would
I
it be
think,
possible to get like
Question.
actual dwarven troops up this way at this time of the year?
so right now today, you know, as you've kind of come down from the mountain, the severity, however you pronounce that, of the weather has dropped by quite a bit. It is basically, you're not in the. Let's just say there's like maybe like a month and a half of winter left, I guess. And right now there isn't, if at all, there is a light snowfall. Today, there's no snowing. There could be a possibility. Right now, the weather is fine. There could be blizzards. Things of that nature. You are still in the north, and you're traveling further north to reach the Goliaths, and it is colder up there, so, Let's just say as you come down from the mountain, it's like you're essentially traveling through, I guess, an all-right zone right now, because this is where the dwarves have their farming settlements, in this area right here. But the farther you go north into Goliath territory, the colder it will get.
I guess
Go ahead and say that.
Noki would ask Dolgrim or one of the rangers, I guess, might know better of like troop movement this way. Do they bring troops up here, or this far up, or is it just rangers?
So the ranger would tell you that the last time they moved their troops up here, they basically moved it in the spring. It was still really cold, but they moved it towards the beginning of the spring. They didn't want to do anything during the winter, where weather could be more unstable. They were defeated in their efforts via an avalanche of leftover snow. Bjorn had told Illios that's how Raylock had defeated the dwarves that had come to wipe them out. So it's possible they could march up here, but
How long's the
Yeah.
travel time? How long have we been traveling, and how far are we from the town?
to get from Marangol to where you are right now has been about, say, 4 days.
Gotcha.
Right.
Troops would obviously take a lot longer to move.
But Illigit would also clarify that he's not talking about troops. Our intention is not to cause the Goliath people to submit. I will apologize again for my people, but I believe they can see the reason, given the proper motivation.
Sorry.
Yep.
Um,
With our wombo combo, maybe we can do that to every single Goliath in the nation.
you're
We
gonna
only
have-
need
what?
74 million votes.
Well, yes, 270 electoral votes. Illigit for president. No, but that brings up a good point. Do you think that we could potentially swing them to our side? Right now, they are enemies.
That's what we're
Do you
here
think
for.
that you can do what you did to this lieutenant of this? Oh man, Maliki Nukar. You know that one.
I believe it can be done. If my brethren, well, their blood is Goliath blood. Their tongue Golka. They will follow the right of submission.
So if you can get this war captain to submit this Maliki Nala, Molly, what is her name again? Nalakur.
Storm
Okay,
Nalukar.
so I make a executive decision here. Right.
Yeah.
So Maliki's title will be
Stormbreaker.
in the same way that Illigith is known as the Lionheart. She'll be known as the Stormbreaker. Her
No.
tribe is Nalukur, but you can call her the Stormbreaker
Okay.
to make it easier.
All right, God, we get it. Do you
Stop
think that
trying,
you
Goliath.
do you think that you could invoke the right of submission on this Stormbreaker and I don't know.
Considering their dedication to tradition, I see nothing less than revolt against her and her false pretenses if she does not submit.
So how does this work? Do you just you make them submit and then you say, I invoke the right of submission, and then is that it?
Can we just walk
We
over
are
and say that?
we are simple people.
Okay.
So
So
Illigith,
we walk Illigith in there and say, "You submit to me now," and then we win.
yeah. So Illigith, you would know how it played out right here is essentially how the right of submission works. There are two parties that came into conflict. One of them showed that they were superior to the other, bested them,
You could say it. You could
And
say
get-
it. Badass enough.
and gave them, and you called the right of submission. You invoked it, meaning that you are giving them the chance to give up and submit to you without further bloodshed.
So they have the right to submit.
And if they don't take it, you have the right to kill them. Like if they don't take it, bloodshed will continue. You will most likely kill them. But if they don't take it, they're going to be fighting to the death. And so you know that in order for you to invoke the right of submission, it usually takes, you showing that you are better than them. Like, usually the right of submission is not invoked without you taking some lives. So,
Right. They're not just gonna back down when. Yeah. Right. That's kind of why I was talking about the shock and awe, how it worked out really perfectly in this situation.
yep, this was the perfect situation for it, for sure.
All right. Hey, I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna help Bethany get the groceries in.
Damn, I
All
was
right.
going to ask him a question. That was unfortunate timing again. All right, witty banter time until he gets back.
Yeah. I guess maybe this isn't a good thing to ask if Logan's not here, but I was going to ask if any information that has been given that is not clear or just like a refresher for further conversation, like what Havoc said, other things like that. Is there any clarification that is needed?
I think that's everything. But
Okay.
The Blood Wolf thing, we got that. The Stormbreaker person, the Nalakur tribe, this is the people who took Bleakstone. I think the only two questions that we have to ask are how do they get access to their guns? They pretty much told us that their purpose here was to reconquer everything. And so that was one of our things. And then we had to figure out how they got guns. And then there was who was leading them, which we found out is the Blood Wolf. So that was all the things that we were supposed to find out besides the guns has been found out, or is there something else that I forgot?
Yeah. So basically that. Also a part of this mission, at least I think in Illios' mind, was as an envoy to try and get the Goliaths on our side, on your side.
Mm-hmm.
Whether y'all want to go back and whether y'all want to go back and get more troops before y'all do that, or you feel confident going forward with what you have, that's up to y'all. But that is also your mission, is to try and get the Goliaths on your side and stop the fighting.
Got it. So when Illios gets back, just talking to the guys now, I think I have two more questions. I don't know if you guys have any more questions to the lieutenant Havoc, which is a pretty badass name if you ask me, but besides the point. Figuring out how many people are at Bleakstone. Oh, okay, he's back.
Sorry.
No, you're good. We were just consolidating information and then kind of figuring out our next step. So one of the things that I think we should try to figure out is I doubt that this guy would know how they have access to guns, but I'm sure that the war captain would know. But then secondly, if our plan is to kind of get them to join our side, if we can get the war captain to, it would be nice to know how bad the how packed our security is, I guess, or how exactly we would go over, like, show us strength would be enough, I'm assuming, from what we talked about. But, kind of how do we get to it type of a thing.
Yeah, I agree.
So, all right. Does anyone else have any questions? Okay.
Got anything, Julia? I know you've been kind of quiet. All right.
Nothing.
Just make sure. Just making
sure. So Oma would go over to Illios and he would tell him two more pieces of information if he could get. Since, you have a hold over him. If you could help ask him, like, how many of his what brigade, battalion, whatever you guys call, like, little functional army units, are in Bleakstone surrounding the Stormbreaker, so we can kind of get a better sense of, can we just walk in there with these guys? How is that going to play out? If it's like a giant army, stuff like that, so we can figure out how to best infiltrate / just walk into their camp.
Yeah, basically like trying to figure out how strong they are.
Mm-hmm.
And
then also
what that would look like.
Yeah, just pretty much any question that you could kind of think of that would be, how many are they there? And then also, like, with the Stormbreaker specifically, like her personal guard, like wherever she is located, if we could find that out in relation to, like, the bigger picture of Bleakstone.
Okay. Like
if it's just her there, or if it's like many war captains there, just so we know what we're walking into.
All right. Yeah, so I assume we could probably get moving. getting everybody up, and as we're getting ready to, formation, get moving back on the way that we were. Now that we've got a couple of Goliaths under submission, Illigith speaks again to the leader of this group here, and he calls him a chief son, as in one word. Chief son, tell me, have you a name?
Yeah, so as we're kind of moving along here, he looks at you, frustration in his face, but he begrudgingly answers you. I am Havoc of Clan Nalakur.
So Illigith was trying to be somewhat respectful by calling him chief son, not knowing what he is from, but acknowledging that he is a leader, and also trying to see if he had a title.
I have not yet gained my role. My title.
I see.
This Goliath is probably a little bit younger than you.
Okay. Big boy.
I mean, wasn't he a lieutenant?
Yes. But just because he's a lieutenant, you get your title for doing something outstanding, for doing something.
Oh, that's what he means.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Like
And Stormbreaker.
Illigith is the Lionheart.
Well,
Maliki is the Stormbreaker.
Yeah. So I will say this. It's a big life event that you sometimes don't have control over. So I was trying to ask him of that name so that I could be respectful, so I don't have to humiliate him further. But that's fine. So of course that's just going to go into kind of some small talk. Not as we're walking, not every Goliath has the opportunity to experience such adventure. I can say I have been rather fortunate to be called the Lionheart by those close to me. Tell me, Havoc of Nalukar, your camp set up by the Stormbreaker, how many troops is she commanding in this Blood Wolf? I would like to know this, because I do not wish to fight. Contrary to our blood, I wish to speak only.
Make a persuasion check.
Well, that's a bet. I don't get to do this often. +6, boys. Frick. God, when I want these to work.
I'd offer you aid, but I have no idea what you're saying.
Thanks. I don't want to re-roll. My rolls have been so crappy. Should I use it? Or not?
Can I insight the DM to see if he should roll it or not?
Sure. Go for it.
Oh my god.
That's a 14.
It might succeed or it might not.
I see.
Oh, that was a good try.
I tried.
Man, y'all. I'm actually trying here. This sucks. Okay,
Hey, Molly.
All right.
Molly.
Yeah.
Question. I still have sorry. Tongues up. Would that mean I can help since I can understand them?
If you would like to, do you still have your disguise
Oh
up?
wait, never mind. Nope, I do not.
Okay, I was. Thank you for trying. You know what? I don't get to use this often enough. This is kind of like Illigus spotlight arc, so we're gonna use it. Screw it. I want more information. Natural 20.
Booyah.
I feel good about this. Thank you for inspiring me to inspire. I only have 2 left.
What was the total? 26?
26.
26. Okay. So, Havoc of Clan Nalukor, this Goliath who is younger than you and has not yet earned a title of his own.
I'm so sorry. I just want you to understand the reason that persuasion fits so well is because Illigith is trying. He is trying very hard not to basically continuously humiliate this Goliath who's been defeated. He's
Yep.
trying to include him. And I mean, in a very genuine way.
Yep. Yeah, he looks at you. He can, from the way his look towards you, it softens a little bit. Like there's still kind of frustration there, but he recognizes how respectful you're trying to be. He recognizes you that you're trying to not humiliate him further in front of his men, since he was the one who had to give the call whether to submit or not. And he says, "The Stormbreaker, my captain, a full Goliath warband was sent to Bleakstone. And Illigith, you would know that a full Goliath warband is probably around perhaps 50 Goliaths." And he says, and it's kind of hard to convey this, but with kind of like the dialect that he's using right now, he is deferring to your authority and also trying to be respectful to you as well, since you have done such a good job with it. And he says, to give you any more information, Lionheart of the Thunuk Avon would breach the oaths, would breach the respect that I hold for my commander, my captain. I cannot divulge more.
It is understood. But I fully expect you to vouch for the honor of our party.
Yeah, he would not, or he would nod, and he would also say, to find the Thunuk Avon that is honorable. And he doesn't say anything else. He just kind of goes quiet. like is honorable, knows our tradition, sticks to it, that kind of thing.
All right, Illios, let's him kind of lets that kind of sink in, lets it marinate on him. I'm good. I'm ready to just.
Yeah, probably a better translation of honorable. LOL, Smiley. Probably a better translation instead of honorable does mean holds to tradition. Like to find a Thunuk Avon that holds the tradition, and then he just kind of trails off and is quiet.
All right.
All right. Okay. Yep. So, any other questions y'all might want to ask? I think y'all are gonna save those. So,
Yeah, go ahead.
Yep.
No, I'm good.
Yep. Yeah. Is there anything else before I, move forward? I guess. I know. We said we've kind of been moving forward. Milo said something about a short rest.
They
y'all-
talked for long enough to where I assumed that I could just play with my puppy and take a short rest, but
Yeah. So,
I don't know if that was the case.
I mean,
would y'all be fine with waiting the hour?
How far away are we from their camp?
About 2
And
hours.
what time of day is it?
2 hours. It is. Asking the dwarves to look at the sky that is generally always pretty cloudy and not sunny. It's probably around 1 in the afternoon right now.
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, that's fine with me.
Is anybody going to roll hit dice?
I might go ahead and roll one
All right, then I'm going to
if
do a
we're gonna
medicine
take the
check.
opportunity.
I'm going to do a medicine on you, so if I pass, you get full hit die back.
Okay, cool.
And then it's an 18, DC 15 for the medicine check, so you get full hit die. Wow.
I
Oh,
rolled
sweet.
hit die, but I have a
So
parry
that's a
after
12.
exposure,
That's 3.
so that made me up to full by only using
Yeah.
2 of them.
I'm full.
Nice.
I just used one.
What level are we again?
11.
11.
Yeah.
Can I use
level up.
medic on myself, Molly, or is it just for other people? Do you know?
That's the skill feat.
Yeah,
I have no idea. Does it say? Does it specify?
I don't have it pulled up. I'll look it up real quick.
I don't know, but that's boss. I appreciate you, Noki.
I mean, it would make sense that a medic would be able to treat his own wounds. So, sure. I'll just make that my ruling now. Not knowing what the feat is. Eh. Y'all been having a good time so far?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
Ryan.
Oh.
Yes, I have been having a good time. I've been putting my character sheet on paper since we adjusted so many things that it was
Yeah.
growing complicated to bounce between things on D&D Beyond, and so I'm just getting it all together on paper.
Yeah, I don't know how well like homebrew friendly D&D Beyond is.
It can be. I just will have to make basically. I'm going to have to remake the class.
Yeah.
On D&D Beyond with a homebrew thing. But anyways, that's besides the point. Yeah.
For
What's
a feature, Molly, it just says 6 creatures or beasts.
Okay.
It
Yeah.
doesn't say it has to be other creatures or beasts. So I went ahead
Yeah.
and rolled for myself.
Hey,
I got a
Wesley.
17 on the die.
Yep.
To clarify, did we you told me that you knew I was lying, but I don't think
Mhm.
that I said I would tell you when I trusted you more, right? That's how that went, if I remember correctly. I just want to
He
make
also
sure.
told you that he wasn't holding anything against you because he knew that you've been through a lot. So it was
Okay.
like, it basically was like, I hope that in time that you'll come to trust me. To
You'll
tell
feel
me where
comfortable enough
you got
to
that.
not have to feel
Yeah.
like you have to lie to me.
Yeah,
Got
yeah, yeah. We're all of our like bad blood of the first session. It's like,
That's
you
what
know
I
what?
thought.
This isn't fun. Let's just.
Yeah.
So
Okay,
we
cool.
we just put it behind us, and we're like, we're cool.
That's what
we're
I thought.
cool.
I just wanted to make sure
Yeah.
before we progressed further.
For sure. For sure. Also, would this be a good time for us to take a small break? Like grab some
I was
snacks,
literally
get
just
some
about
water.
to ask.
Oh yeah,
Beautiful.
sure.
I need food.
5,
Beautiful.
10-minute break. It doesn't feel like we've been playing for an hour and a half.
All right, 9:50.
Yeah, 9:50. We'll say that.
That sounds
Okay.
good.
Go. Been
Good
awesome
day.
so far, Molly. Thank you.
Yep. It's great to be back in the saddle.
Booyah.
I'm back. Oh, ready to go check in.
Whew.
Oops. It's true. Technically, I did call the time, but we were convening, and so
Man, we're the worst. I'm sorry.
yeah, we are.
Well, I was here, but then they weren't, so I had to go back downstairs. So it's really
I
their
wish
fault.
y'all were better.
I was here.
I was here with you, Julian. Don't worry.
Thank you, Ryan. I appreciate your company.
I was
As
here
opposed
before
to
all
these
of you.
traitors.
Molly, the ultimate
I-
traitor. We thought he was
Yeah,
here, and he left us without saying anything.
I came and sat down, and I said something. I guess you weren't here yet, Ryan.
Oh,
I
was
saw
here.
Julian. I saw Julian and Nick walking past the camera, and y'all went out of the room. So like, okay, maybe it's fine to go do whatever for another few minutes.
I was here, but I was eating, and I didn't want to stop.
Gotcha.
I just ripped my chamomile tea bag. And I'm sad.
No, you will suffer.
Yes. Okay, this next part will go very differently than I thought. So
You know what sucks is I can't smell Jack. That's been the worst part. I discovered it this morning that I just don't have a sense of smell. Because I was like, I didn't shower yesterday. I should have some kind of scent. And I was like, I'll just shower to be
Nick, come here. Come here, Nick. You smell anything?
And then so I went to go shower, and as I was bathing, I was like, my shampoo and my body wash have a very distinct smell, but I don't smell them. And then I realized, wait, I lost my sense of smell.
can you taste anything?
That could be anything.
Very minutely. Not really. I was eating Doritos the other day, and I was like, man, these taste like corn chips. These have lost their flavor. And then so I set them aside because I just thought they went bad or like were really weak Doritos. and then as I was eating more things the rest of the day, I was like, man, nothing. And then I realized, wait, nothing tastes like anything.
Yep.
Yeah.
There it is, Logan.
That's rough.
There it is.
That sounds
That's,
awful. There it is.
Logan had like a week of not
For
tasting
sure.
anything. Yeah. That's the sign.
Shark
That's the sign.
butthole.
It's been
Nick.
sad days.
Logan, all you eat is eggs and milk. You can imagine what they taste like by now.
Their taste is more
Ingrained.
texture, if we're honest.
This is a pretzel stick. This is a pretzel
Don't taste
salty
like much
stick.
either. You should be fine.
I mean, they're salt.
Yeah, you're right. This is peach
No,
tea,
it's
though. This
At least
peach
it tastes
tea's
good.
It's not
Mango,
good.
mango
I don't
tea's
like it
better.
at all. Ugh. I'm just not a
Only
fan
if you
of
like
tea.
mangoes.
Maybe
I don't like
green
peaches
tea.
or mangoes.
That's about it.
You don't like anything, Wesley.
Well, fair.
Trying to find that you'll eat.
All right, Molly. Blake Stone.
Oh, you just got called out. Oh,
Yeah.
Ooh.
All
The
right.
Blake Stone encounter.
Okay.
Is Molly? Is there a way for you to like highlight the speaker whenever somebody else speaks
What did I just do? Oh, highlight the speaker.
automatically? Yeah.
No, I don't think so. I mean, I can do my
Oh, you have
best
to manually switch it?
switch. I kind of, fell off that train during combat. I might be able to do it more, not in combat when I'm not thinking of a million different things. So maybe I'll try my best.
Okay. I think that would be a little helpful rather than just having your blank screen and having to
Yeah.
stare at the itty bitty screens.
Could also. What is this?
It's still nice seeing everyone. Oh,
This
that's
is
way
ideal.
better. That's awesome.
All right. Sounds
but
better.
you can't see
All
my
right.
guy's face.
Superior.
Well,
Like it's cut off.
you could move it.
Oh shoot!
Yeah, you can
Yep,
move it to
it's
the
time.
right.
Yeah, everybody, you can
all
move
of
it to
the
the right a
stuff.
little bit.
Except
Everybody-
My
Everybody
name
like
was
mute.
never messed up, so I'm fine.
Logan.
Oh,
Logan,
no.
Gilligan.
I have become
There you go.
Elagith.
Let's see. Does that look good? Nope. Dang it. All right, one second.
But now you're on the opposite side of everyone.
Yeah, I don't. I'm not. I don't know about that. You could just turn the. You're using the laptop to record you, right? You could just turn the
Flip it.
laptop and keep
There we
Owen on
go.
the left.
Turn the
Or
laptop.
that.
What do you mean by
Oh,
turn the laptop?
Wesley, you've
What?
never looked so dapper.
Oh, thank you.
Or so handsome.
I have
mean,
massive hands now.
I mean, you're using the laptop for your camera, aren't you?
Yeah.
Does anyone
not
remember-
his hand.
Yeah,
what
you
time
could
they
just
saw me
turn.
pour this water?
Turn the. What do you mean turn the laptop? I don't have room on
Turn-
this side.
Turn the. What? You can't turn the.
Rotate the laptop, I think.
Like rotate it upside down. Like,
No,
what do you
oh
mean
my
rotate
God.
it?
Are you being Wesley difficult, or do you
I
actually
think you
not
should
understand?
hang it from string from the ceiling.
Thank you, Molly.
What do you want?
Fix
No,
it.
I don't want it over there. I don't want it right here.
Punch him in the face. Punch him in the face.
What?
Do it.
What do you mean? There's no other way to rotate it.
You don't want to just do this. Or
Ryan,
No, because it's gonna screw everything up. All my lighting
what
is
was
very
going on in
pristine.
Assassin's Creed?
Family matters.
Ooh, is it good?
I'm gonna make Molly play it, so I can't say much. Or I'll make you play it,
okay.
one or the other.
Is anyone Ryan? You're
Yeah,
still getting
maybe.
Valhalla, right?
What's that?
I was thinking about getting Valhalla because they basically were saying that they all like their main budget, what they do for all these side missions, they put it like directly into the story, and they basically put quality over quantity, which is like my
I
biggest.
hope
Like,
that's true.
please, because ever
That would be
since
so
Inquisition, it's just like quantity over quality. It seems like I feel like Skyrim really screwed over a lot of people because it was a lot of developers because it was like, oh, this is so great.
So
And it's
early
just gonna
on,
be-
I was on the
Oh.
grind quest, but then I changed one of my settings so that enemies are allowed to fall like 2 levels behind me. If instead of keeping track with me the entire game, they can fall 2 levels behind, and that's made like everything a lot easier.
No.
Like main quest wise, and it like lowered the grinding. That along with like select quest lines that I did enjoy. I did a couple of those. But other than that, changing that
I
one
mean-
setting helped a lot.
The ancient Greek world, I think, is an awesome setting. So anyway, I love it.
You played it, right?
I haven't finished it,
Do you know how far you got?
but I'm like level 40 or something, so pretty far.
Yeah, I'm like 43 now. I just did one of the battles with Cleon,
I just reread my flaw, Molly.
if you've been there.
I don't remember what that is.
Is that with one of your parents?
Yeah.
After that happened? Okay.
You
Yeah.
want to text it to me if you want.
That's like
I
the
don't know.
part that I was going through.
I don't remember what it is.
I got you.
I hate this.
Oh, while we were walking, is the dog still there?
Yep. It is at my ankles. Just following
We've never
behind.
seen this dog before, right? This is the first time seeing it, right?
You have
I
not
believe
seen
it
it
the
before.
entire time.
Roman.
I see.
I now know,
After
by
it got
looking
it.
at my own face, the definition of a shit-eating grin.
Is that a quote?
What happened to the dog? From the
Write it
time
down, Molly. Write it down.
So the dog just appeared out of nowhere.
It appeared out of the ground as a huge wolf with
Yeah, you
glowing
like summoned
blue
it
eyes.
in battle, right?
Yep.
Like you.
Like it literally looked like it just formed out of shadow behind the guy. As a
It wasn't like an item thing. It was like you pointed or like you did like some gesturing and the magic happened.
Well, you kind of saw the shadow as it was beginning to swirl around me. This dark shadow magic it also simultaneously was being formed.
You know, before you were in the party, I was gonna have my magic be like shadowy and like coalescing from shadows. And then you
Oh, I'm
literally
sorry.
did the exact same thing. So I was like, well, that's not gonna work.
I'm sorry.
It's
He's
okay.
even wearing the same coat.
Oh,
Younger
never
version.
young and improved, and with a dog. Oh,
You ain't got nothing on Shadow Pupper.
no, I don't. I have nothing. I do. I'm supposed to have a familiar, but I just never took the time to figure out what that would be. So
A
I'll get there.
raven.
Edgar Allan Poe. It'll be the name of the raven.
Yeah, but the pupper is just like, you know how dogs strut? Like it's just
Lincoln
strutting,
prances, but I can imagine.
just struts next to me. Occasionally it like will go off, veer off into the brush, come back.
Yep, dogs definitely do that. Looking at you.
All right. All right, we good? We good, guys?
I'm not sure if we're good guys, but
Good guy is a strong term.
I am ready to defer all of my authority to Illigith. Let's go.
I'm fine as long as y'all are good guys with not a very big asterisk. With a small asterisk.
We'll workshop it and
My
get back to
Never
you.
noticed.
My character's really just out of his element here. He's got no idea what's going on. He's just along for the ride.
Mm.
Oh, during the short rest, Wesley, you would have noticed that my amulet would have glowed a bit as my wounds closed.
You bastardized our amulet into a parapet of wound closure.
Yes.
You bitch. Oh, that's hilarious. I love it. I love it.
All right. How much longer do y'all want this to go?
As long as the combat takes us.
Well,
I have no life, Molly. You got my daily routine through text. I am literally cordoned off in the basement with the occasional child coming down to
to give you food.
to give me food and like trembling as they hand it to me and then bolting off up the stairs
Why don't they just place it on the stairs?
Ooh.
because Ben's not that smart.
That poor Vaughn. There has to
Oh,
be an
Ben.
outlier.
I'm sorry, I can't call him Benny anymore. I gotta call him Benny.
Yeah,
All right.
because we sang Benny and the Jets one too many times. We ruined it for him.
He'll be fine.
Okay,
yeah.
guys. Okay. So, y'all go forward. And that's it. No.
That's
Y'all
all you
move
had
forward. Yep. That's all I had. It was supposed to be like hour and a half. It's 2 hours now. I got nothing else.
They're supposed to get reinforcements.
Right. Everything here. Yeah, they're supposed to get. Y'all are supposed to die. But that didn't really work out. I think the cat. I'm gonna stop bullshitting. All right.
You straight up
So-
gave the party a nuke in the form of a boy.
You should see what I can do.
Yeah, I was like, there are 2 nukes in this party.
Yeah, there are
True.
2 nukes, and then
The party
me and
has
Illigith,
2 nukes.
we're there to support.
Actually, no. All of us are technically nukes.
I mean, 1v1.
Illigith
Bro.
can Nova. Illigith can Nova
Yeah,
like
I can
crazy.
4th level smite almost. Am I 4th level smite or is that 12th level?
I'm just kind of
I
here.
mean, at least 3rd level smite.
You guys are doing great. I'm just gonna eat my sandwich.
You're like Wit, who's just coming around, who just came around to observe.
I have no damage dealing spells, bro.
All I have
I have
are
a- I
damage
have a
dealing
few.
spells. This is the first
I have a few.
spellcaster that is like a damage dealer.
Right. See, y'all have
Probably
perfect
kill Illigus
synergy.
in one turn.
Maybe. It's
How
debatable.
much health do you have?
Me?
No, Illigus.
Oh.
Me, I'm full health,
No, like your total.
143.
Fine.
How much do you have, Yoki?
121.
Okay. I have
It's more of
90.
how much. It's more of how much I can do in one round. I plan on going first.
Milo, how
Well-
much health do you have?
88.
We're about to.
Well, not
We're-
only do I have a D10, but I also have the resilient feat, which adds 1 to my con, so like boosts. I get an extra for each one.
Bless you.
I have a D10 plus 1.
All right.
Nobody cares what I have.
I feel the
Sure.
beginnings of like chest congestion.
Ugh.
I hope it doesn't get much worse than this.
I mean, look at it. It was just kind of like a annoyance for you, right? Like it wasn't like a full blown like a flu.
Yeah, no, I had like this stupid dry cough. Like it was a dry cough. I never had junk in my throat. Just a dry cough, like a tickle, and I had to cough for like a week. And I had bad muscle soreness, like fatigue.
Yep.
I'm surprised you didn't get it then, Julian, because we're in the same house.
That
Wait,
was July, Wesley.
I wasn't there in July.
I thought he was there when you were feeling under the weather.
It was July.
I left in late May. Late May.
It's been that long.
Yeah.
Feels
Yeah.
like we were
Our
eating
lives.
used chicken a week ago.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I guess before we go into this and I narrate, how is everyone situated? Like, because y'all got the dwarves, the dwarven rangers, you got the Goliaths. How is everyone moving forward? How's the group?
I have turned one of the Goliaths into my battle steed. I'm
That's
riding on
hot.
his back.
I love it. I don't know why you've never done this with Illigus, but amazing.
He's on all fours, and we are ready for battle.
Are any of the Misa
Yeah.
alive? Oh, Misa's not a word, I forgot. Damn it,
Milo
Milo.
killed,
Are any of them.
Milo killed all the Mises.
Yeah,
You killed all the moose?
all the moose are dead.
No!
Crows didn't.
I believe one ran away.
Yeah,
Mhm.
one ran away, never to be found again.
Brutal.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to defer to Illigus on this one. Shocker there.
I mean, I assume it would be Havoc and myself leading. Who's
I'm just
behind
going to
me?
be wherever Milo is. Me and him will be buddy.
Okay. I
I
guess
trust no one else.
my real question is if y'all wanted to do anything with the dwarven rangers.
Well, I have the
Chris.
Dwarven Rangers.
I think it would be best
yeah.
for them not to be with us initially.
Yeah,
Sorry.
they need to be.
Yeah.
No, you're right. I mean, that's my plan as well. They don't need to be following close enough to be seen.
We can leave them and the other Goliaths back.
We can tell them to we'll have a signal. Milo, do you have like a firebolt or something? Yeah, if he can just firebolt into the air, and that can be our signal if we need
For
them
them
to
to come up.
I have
Yeah,
Yeah, and I think
that's
the
also fair,
Goliaths.
Ryan.
Yeah, there you go. I think the Goliaths should stick towards the front, with in the general vicinity of Illigith and Havoc.
And we'll just be
as-
behind them.
Right, they're just kind of like a band, close together. Yeah.
And luckily, Gnocchi does not look very dwarvish, so it should be fine. Look at that beautiful
like
beard.
anybody who calls him a dwarf.
I've definitely
Respect
never
nothing
done that.
less.
I've also never
Bag the gnome by the throat.
All right. So, as y'all are continuing to go down the road, After another couple hours, you know, down this road, you begin to see in the distance what seems to be the trademark as you've gone along this road and seen other dwarven settlements. The trademark is that every dwarven settlement seems to have a pretty well protected wall. Like, not nearly, good God, not nearly as big as the one encompassing Marangol, but like a good 20-foot high wall. Not made of adamantine, just, you know, iron, the steel. It's just the first thing you can see as you are rounding the bend here, walking down the road. The trees start to part a little bit along this road. You can see kind of outstretched, encompassed by kind of like these shorter walls in the distance. You can see these fields of wheat, other crops. Bleakstone is a farming settlement, right? So you can see all of that. It doesn't appear to have been razed. There's no smoke or anything coming from the town at this moment as you are approaching it. Gnocchi, with your lenses, because you pretty much have those on all the time, right?
Anytime it's advantageous.
Okay. Yeah. So when you see the city and kind of looking, because that thing allows you to see like a mile or 2 miles out, right?
Something like that.
Yeah. On top of this wall, you can see some Goliaths patrolling with firearms, the same kind that you've seen. But another thing that you notice that you know, honestly, you don't need those lenses to notice. It would probably be the first thing you see, everyone included, is that near the main gate, along the right here, the wall has pretty much a gigantic hole in it. And the wall from the top, like, there's no top, there's no railing going across. It's just a big section of the wall that looks like it has been obliterated.
Am I supposed to be looking at something?
No.
All right.
This is just me describing it. No, I'm not looking. Or don't have a picture for you. I couldn't find anything that specific.
Is it like all 20 feet of that wall are missing from top to bottom?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. And you can see Goliath patrolling that area. That area seems to be more heavily patrolled here. But if you had any questions as to how Goliaths were able to even penetrate Bleakstone, you have your answer, or at least the end result that allowed them to do so. And so, seeing this, Dolgrim would kind of he get a look of shock, but then kind of shake his head and get a more resolved look on his face for him and the Rangers around here, and he would say, "Wait off on the wings. Send the signal if you need us. Good luck." And they go off and kind of hide themselves where they will not be seen by the Goliaths. It might take them a while to do anything once they see that signal, but it's there. Okay. Anything
Okay.
you would?
Can you ask what happened to the wall? How they got through?
Yeah, that was kind of, you know, Illigith can see this from a distance, and Gnocchi, the hole. Anything your devices could have caused?
Molly? I know we've had like small explosion-y talks, but I don't know about
Yeah.
anything like this.
So the best, I guess, explosive that you and your gnomes have been able to create in a craft are, if I recall, I could be wrong on this. I know we've talked about it. Or like these small kind of like hand grenade type objects.
Correct.
Correct? Yeah. And the
Hard to
weapon that
predict earlier.
and the weapon that packs the most firepower is the weapon that you're wielding right now. Bad news. Or whatever you call it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the most amount of firepower that you're aware of. You don't have anything in your arsenal that could do something to a fortification like this. Not a wall that is made out of iron or metal.
Has the guild ever tried to do anything like this? I guess is a good question.
They have attempted it. There is so Nyoki would know like the specifics or like the lingo that goes into this. Essentially, you weren't able to gather like that much of a charge. Like nothing that big could be like the circus just couldn't match up. I don't know how to explain this
I got you.
correctly, but it wasn't able to be done. You haven't advanced that far enough yet to be able to create something that could do this.
So answering Illios, we have smaller explosions, but nothing that could do anything like this. And our research has never gotten this close.
Interesting. Havoc, have you any insight into how this wall was demolished in such a manner?
Havoc would be quiet for a second, and he would point to the gun that Nyoki has. And there isn't really a word for gun in the Goliath tongue. Maybe, so translated, Logan, he'd probably say, that weapon, but a much bigger boomstick.
He's adopted the language of the nobles. Boomstick.
It would appear, Nyoki, that they have taken your device, your weapon, and enlarged it significantly.
Noki would reply, ask him if it was, this size, the size of a musket here, or if it's much bigger, much harder to carry.
I feel like that would probably be the implication, kind of like a cannon.
Right. Okay.
Like the device itself was just really large.
Gotcha. So he would just kind of nod to you, and he has his thinking face on.
Vietnam flashbacks intensify.
Times two.
Okay. Any activity? Any fires? Campfires, I mean? Any patrols? What are we seeing?
So there aren't any patrols that are like coming out to greet you, I guess, at the moment, but are you moving closer?
I assume if we are not seeing a whole lot of activity, the only place to go is
Forward.
in, forward, or in, or knock, or I don't care.
Yeah. So eventually, what would happen as you continue to press forward, whether tension is mounting or not, that is for y'all to decide. At some point, the Goliaths that are patrolling the wall.
Ah,
Yeah. So there wasn't like a delegation coming out to meet you yet or anything, but there are Goliaths patrolling the wall like as lookouts.
oh, okay. All right.
All
Well,
right,
I mean,
so-
we don't have much of a reason to. We're not trying to really be sneaky here. We've got
Yep.
several Goliaths in tow.
Yep. So as y'all walk up with these Goliaths, Havoc in tow, eventually they notice and they come to attention. Some of them hoisting their firearms as y'all approach, but they don't fire. And you continue to pretty much you get to what would be the main gate here, which is being opened. And there would be just a contingent's probably not the right word, but just a band of maybe 5 Goliaths that come out to greet you, and they would all have firearms. You can tell that there have been multiple Goliaths that have been called to the top of the wall
Hey,
and are
Molly.
pointing. Yes.
Sorry, don't mean to interrupt. But can I have beforehand? I forgot I meant to mention this, but before, once Milo kind of would have been revealed, because I'm assuming he would have used his disguise kit to make him look a little bit more gruff. Just try to increase how old he looks and a little bit more worn in facial features, augmenting the scars he already has, stuff like that. Do you want me to roll for that, or how do you want that to work?
Yeah. So, y'all took a short rest. I can say that. Yeah, y'all took a short rest. So the disguise is fine. Like you were able to accomplish what you set out to do.
Okay. Do you want me to roll for using disguise kit, or
Sure.
how do you want that to work? Charisma or dexterity?
Just do charisma.
Okay.
It's
So I'm just
probably
going to use
dex.
my persuasion.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. That is a 15.
Yep. So looks better than passable, for sure. You are like I said, what you set out to do, you have accomplished it.
Cool. Nothing too drastic, just making himself look a little bit less boyish.
Yep. So you got these Goliaths atop the wall, maybe 10 in total, pointing these firearms at you. There's this group of 5 Goliaths that come out to you, all male, and they look anxious. They don't look anxious. They just look suspicious, and they're wondering what the heck this is, because they can see their ally, right? And Havoc just kind of hangs his head a little bit, but and looks back up. Y'all are in front now. The Goliath that is apparently leading them would speak up in your tongue, Illigith. What is the meaning of this? Who are you?
My name is Illios the Lionheart of the Thunuk Avan, and I have invoked the right of submission on Havoc will not occur.
Yep. So you say Thunuk Avon, the four Goliaths that were with him kind of start to get their firearms out. The one in front kind of raises a hand, and he looks curious, I guess, is how you might describe him.
I seek an audience with the Stormbreaker.
The Goliath in front looks, the one you're speaking to, looks to Havoc. Lieutenant, should I comply? And Havoc, who I said has been kind of bowing his head, kind of slumping, he looks up, kind of steels himself, it looks like, and he says, the Lion Heart, while he may be Thunuk Avan, has shown great respect for our old traditions and our ways. I do not regret submitting to him, for he is honorable.
And to prove the words of your brethren, please release the men. As he, Eligith, I guess either motions or goes over to try and release the Goliath soldiers who were with us. They were, I guess, simply bound, if you will.
Yeah.
I'm not, of course, not Havoc, but the other men. Eligith, of course, is always remembering the ultimate goal of this. If everything goes right, we will need those men.
Yeah. Yep. So whoever it might be, their bindings are released, and they kind of walk forward. And Havoc looks to you, Illigith, gives you a curt nod, and steps back in line behind this Goliath. And he says, who are those that travel with you, Lionheart?
These are champions of peace. And they will accompany me in our audience with the Stormbreaker.
Yeah, this guy, so he hasn't given a name, but to kind of give I guess more description to him, this Goliath seems to have what look as kind of like a pronounced bony plates, just kind of like jutting out around his eyebrows. Just like, you don't know if they're really bones or like anything like that. They're just really pronounced, these plates that kind of come out of his skin.
Parshman.
And at the mention of peace, he just kind of gets I don't know if a wry smile is the best way to describe this, but just a mocking smile, I guess. Say, peace. It is a funny joke. But based on Lieutenant Havoc's testimony, I shall grant you audience, Lionheart. I hope that you are better than your kinsman.
Elagath is just like in a weird. I guess it's very different than what his allies would be used to, but he's like super stone faced right now.
Yep, and the Goliaths that are behind him kind of. So the Goliaths that have been turned over have been supplied weapons again, and they are going around you, not in any kind of threatening way, I guess, but just as they're leading you forward. They're leading you forward into the town with this guy. I'm just gonna call him Bone Eye, so that I don't have to keep saying that Goliath in front.
Just
He's
call
not-
him Ishunai.
Ha ha ha. He is not given his name. And you're walking through the town here. And Gnocchi, this is a sight that is familiar to you. I was making fun, or I was talking about like Vietnam flashbacks here, but the way this town looks reminds you incredibly so of the war with the Celestials after they had gotten the guns. When after Serenity Valley, they went into Maribor and just yeah. So you see all of that, the damaged buildings. You still slightly smell, that pungent odor that is kind of left by after a series of multiple gunshots. And yeah, as you're walking through this town, he seems to be leading you to some kind of central location here in the town. You do not see any dwarven settlers. No townsfolk that you can see. And he would lead you to basically this open square in the middle of town. And as you're going through, you can see the Goliath people have set up, rudimentary camp. They do have some campfires going. They got all that kind of thing, all that kind of stuff. And the looks that these Goliaths are giving you as you're walking by are curious more than anything. They're wondering why this, and especially looking at you, Illigus, seeing a Goliath in full plate, is something that they would only see on the enemy or something like that. No Goliath wears this kind of plate. And with those accompanying you, and they just look more on guard as you walk by. And as you enter the center of this place, there is basically, I guess, a raised platform with a chair. At the bottom of this raised platform seems to be a pen of sorts. And atop this raised platform, you can see this large female Goliath. Y'all see that picture? Yeah. Who is just kind of sitting there, slumping forward, her elbow on one knee, watching as you approach. And she's just kind of rubbing her chin as you all come down there. And you can see that in the pen, it's hastily constructed. Behind that pen, you see the faces of hopeless, scared dwarven citizens that have all been rounded together in the center of town. The Goliath that I'm referring to as Bone-Eye kind of brings you forward in the middle of this square and says, "We have here one of the Thunuk Avan. He met up with the scouting patrol and invoked the old right of submission. Through the testimony of Lieutenant Havoc, this Thunuk Avan, Lionheart, is known to be honorable." And he kind of laughs at that. This Goliath woman kind of stands up on this platform, looking down at all of you. Her gaze, what is it you said earlier, Illigith, that you just had a face of stone? She has the same in return as she looks down upon you. And she kind of waves back the Goliaths that are surrounding you, so that they're not encircling you, but they are now behind you, kind of spread out. "Step forward, Lionheart." "Why are you here?"
Give me a second. Well, I'm gonna... There we go. Meleki Nalukir, the Stormbreaker, I presume.
She slams her right fist into her chest and gives a curt nod.
Oh boy. Not the right words, man.
Yeah.
I feel your pain. This is literally me all the time with my D&D characters.
Okay.
Yeah, Mo. One
Yeah,
quick
sure.
thing. I want to cast Detect Thoughts. So unless I probe deeper, nobody's really aware that I'm like detecting their thoughts. But I will be focusing on her so I can see her surface level thoughts. But I mean, like, so basically, whatever you think would be
So,
appropriate for like surface level thoughts.
So surface
But
level
I'm not gonna be.
thoughts. How I kind of see this is you get more feelings, I guess.
So I can read you the spell, because the spell says that basically if you probe deeper, you get insight into its reasoning, their emotional state, and something that's looming large. Other than that, like
Okay.
surface level thoughts.
So her
Yeah.
her
So-
surface level thoughts, I guess.
Question.
Okay.
Verbal and somatic components are a thing. So you do have to say something and move your hands to cast the spell.
I mean, I would assume Omen is proficient at.
It's just,
I'm just
I only
assuming.
mentioned it because I know that there are special class abilities that allow you to cast spells like stealthily without needing to give away that you're casting a spell. It's not that they would know what spell you're casting, but it's just.
Or, they're also not used to magic.
Yeah, never mind then.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Stormbreaker, please listen to what I have to say. We have come as champions of peace. I do not expect you to understand the gravity of the situation at hand. The world is much larger than these mountain ranges and northern lands. I have come to explore the heart of darkness that is festering within my homeland. Excise it and provide purpose once more to the Goliaths in defending their true homeland alongside many allies. If it is war you want, I have come to provide it, but it is not with the dwarves. And if you will not respect the honor I have provided your men on this day, then you leave me no choice but to prove to you my intentions and everyone here through power.
So she appears to consider what you said as she's silent for 5 seconds, 10 seconds, just kind of staring you in the eyes, deadlocked. What, Lionheart? No. One of the Thunuk Avan. What do you know of our true homeland? Your people are deserters who left the ways of our people long, long ago. And when your cousin, Raylock, came to us, we saw only lack of tradition. He sought to change us in ways that our people should not be changed. I, as you say you do, also seek the true homeland of our people, and that is further to the south. That is the will of the Blood Wolf, and I shall follow it to my dying breath, as all war captains should. It is bold of you to assume that you will come here by yourself, even with your envoy, and say that you have the power to bend the will of a people. That, Thunukavan, is arrogance. She doesn't make a signal. She doesn't do anything. She's waiting for your reply.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm trying not to. I don't know what. So I think Milo puts his hand down to his right towards the dog. As in reaction, so okay, let me just describe what happens. So the dog kind of begins to envelop in shadow and get slowly bigger. And Milo kind of sticks out his hand, and you see it kind of reduce back down, but looks like it's definitely being reduced purposefully. As kind of just it's literally just meant as a, I don't want to say flavor, but as to show that we're not weak. That there's more to us than they might be able to see.
While your claim of arrogance may be true, I would not be here and I would not say these words if I did not believe them. Now, please, spare these soldiers. Spare them their lives this day, and instead offer your own, as is fitting of a war captain. Either face me here if our words will not result in a conclusion, or show me to your blood wolf. Because it is not simply 4 companions in front of you. We are an army like you have never faced before.
Make a persuasion check. Or intimidate.
We get to do it twice in one night.
Can he have
Yeah,
advantage
but-
because of the dog thing?
No.
Good moldy.
Thing?
Yeah, the thing I did
Oh, no.
to show that we are more than we seem.
Julian was doing me right when I
Yeah.
I said something in the chat.
Yeah.
I mean, just to add
Wesley,
credibility to the fact that we're stronger than.
Yeah.
Wesley, I'm gonna
I
run
see.
and put this in the freezer real quick.
You should do that.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah. Is this yeah, you get to choose whether it's persuasion or intimidation. So
No, I mean, this is persuasion here. I'm not doing anything that's like scary, meant to demoralize. I am simply trying to persuade her in this moment that whatever it is that she thinks she can do by calling everybody and just trying to blow us to smithereens will not work.
understood.
All right.
Whereas a wise man has once said, heard.
Thanks. All right, y'all can hear this one. It's not on paper. I haven't touched anything. Can you see it? I know you can. I know you can. Read it.
All right, let me just.
Illios has never been more
God is
genuine,
with us.
more full of boldness in his heart than in this moment, right here, right now. He was made for this.
I love how I can hear you shouting. Like downstairs. I love it. All right. Well,
Oh my gosh.
all right.
I'll be nice to the die.
Yeah, you should be after that.
Those are 26, by the way.
Yeah, go put it in the freezer after this session. All right. She hears your claim. I believe that you have said these 4 companions in front of you are an army unto their own. Like we are an army. We are a legion. Just in and ourselves.
We are Legion.
Yep. I know.
Noki has enough guns for a small army.
It's true.
Yep. And she
Now that
hears
he's a
these
little-
words. She surveys everyone. She surveys everyone in the group. What are the looks on all of y'all's faces that are not Illios? Because I know how he's looking.
I mean, so when I described my disguised self, like I made myself look gruff and worn, as in like I've seen shit, and that's the face that's on my character's face. It's just he does not look phased at all. He is ready to destroy. He just looks yeah.
You okay? I don't want to go next. What do you look like?
All right, Noki's got both. Like I said in chat earlier, he's got both hands behind his back, a pistol in one, kind of holding the barrel with his other hand, and he's got absolutely no idea what the hell's going on between the two of them. But just as he always is, especially when talking about Stu, he is stone cold serious. But in any show of force from them, he knows he can shoot faster than anybody. You know, probably 100-mile radius.
So
He is serious, but not very worried with these savages, for lack of a better word.
yeah. So since Omen can't understand the language of whatever's happening right now, he's just kind of casually scanning the environment. So, how many people are surrounding us right now?
So, give or take, since some have probably stayed behind in this courtyard alone, probably 30.
And then how close are they to us? Like, are they pretty far away from us? Are they kind of close to us? Like, what's the distance?
The closest ones to you are about 15 feet away. They are giving a wide berth for your audience.
Okay. And then what's everyone's body language look like that's not us? Like the grunts and then also the chick. Is it an aggressive? Is it kind of passive? Is it, can you kind of body language wise? Like are
They
people like
have-
picking at their weapons and stuff like that?
They have their firearms at the ready, but when I say at the ready, I don't mean they're pointing them at you. I mean they're just
Yeah,
kind
it's
of,
like-
carrying them,
Yeah.
like a soldier might. That is at attention. And you look around, eyes are on y'all. But you see at this final proclamation, eyes look to the Stormbreaker for this to see what her response is.
Okay.
I need a big D20 of my own.
You can come downstairs and get it.
Yeah.
Damn! Come and get some is basically what he just said. I love it.
The Stormbreaker motions for Havoc to come forward.
Like, I'm just remembering we took their group down in like less than 6 seconds. Oh fuck. Oh, fuck.
Speak. I was told that the Lionheart, and she is not saying Thunukavan, she is saying Lionheart, that the Lionheart has invoked the right of submission unto you, sparing your men. Yes, my captain. He did so. How long did the battle last? And how many in your patrol? I had 10 under my command. We saw the Lionheart and someone else, because Milo was disguised, and so he's like, what?
He hasn't seen that other guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Although I guess they would have seen the illusion drop
Yeah.
at some point.
The battle was over before it began. We sent out our shots. And we were incapacitated in an instant. Like nothing I have ever seen. They possess the old magics, things spoken of in myth and legend. That is the scope of their ability. What information did you divulge?
Hey, Molly. If she executes him, I'm just gonna have a prepared action ready
Illigit has a prepared action
for the
to
sake of surprise.
protect Havoc as well.
Okay. I also have one, but I'll go after Illigith. It's prepared action. So my prepared action is to wait on Illigith. There.
Sorry.
Hey, it's your thing. It's your thing. All right.
Yeah. Havoc kind of steals himself, holds his head higher, and kind of takes a stance, puffing his chest out a bit more. It was my judgment that the lion heart was honorable and could be trusted. I let him know of the occupation and of the strength of our forces. He gave y'all the number.
I thought he told me. He told me. Wait, what?
He told you.
I thought he said no.
He told you the war captain, or he told you that there was a war band here, which
Oh,
you know.
gotcha. Right. Yeah,
Yeah.
I got you. Yep.
I see. Lionheart, I will ask this of you. This soldier, this clansman, while small, has provided information of the enemy after submitting. According to our law, he must be dealt with severely. You know the punishment for this. What would you have me do?
I will not play your game, Stormbreaker. I am not a clansman under the Blood Wolf. And so, as war captain, you must decide. But I urge you to draw on every last ounce of wisdom that you have to make the right choice. Illigith grits his teeth.
That one sounded like intimidation.
Homie ain't playing. I don't know how many times I gotta say that.
You would stake your life, the lives of the people behind you, on your competence, your confidence in your ability, that you could take me and everyone in this
Where are my
settlement,
dice?
if it were to come to it. I think she takes your silence as the answer.
I didn't know she was done talking.
Oh yeah, yeah. Basically, just because she knows what you're implying from your statement, and
Oh,
so
yeah.
she says, "You're willing to risk your life and the life of those that follow you to go into battle with a full Goliath warband. And you think you would come out on top, survive."
I stand here before you, unfazed, solid as the mountain that displays behind you, and the mountain from which I was born. We have not come to accept no for an answer. Instead, we have come to unite all for one purpose. And if you will not hear the rest of what we have to say, it will be your own pride that consumes you, and you will die this day.
The Stormbreaker jumps from the platform, which is maybe 15 feet up, and lands in front of you, Illios. And keep in mind, these Goliaths are a little bit taller than your clan, so she, as a female Goliath, is just maybe a few inches taller than you, just enough to where she can kind of noticeably look down upon you. She's maybe like a foot from you, stone-faced. And she cracks a grin. Ithunu Gavan. I like you. Fine. You seek your audience. You really come to unite us. Under who? Under what banner?
Um, I need some crucial piece of information, and I'm blanking right now. There's one thing I'm thinking of, and I need to ask somebody. Wesley, I need to text you like real quick.
All right, my lad.
The High King of Skyrim.
Skyrim belongs to the Nords. Oh. Nice. I got you,
All right,
boy.
cool. Okay, cool. Racking my brain.
Like
There you
Logan?
go.
Ah, thank you. Yes.
Essentially-
Yeah. Huh?
It's essentially what she's asking. Under what banner?
Mm-hmm.
Well, he's got you.
Who leads you?
He got you. He got you.
We have come to unite all of our people under the banner of the White Lighters, under the banner of Kel, under the banner of Ilmater, and under the banner of those who would champion peace.
Shadow magic. I'm kidding.
Show him your heart. You can't though.
I'm
I know
not
you
supposed
can't,
to.
but you'll die. You'll die. That makes sense.
That'll, as Wesley would say, that old chestnut.
That old chestnut.
That old chestnut.
And these white lighters. And these others looks behind them, or at your companions. Do you lead them?
Hi, Omen.
It's only on this
Do
room.
it.
Only on this room.
Do it. Finish him. Do it.
Wow, from the DM. They may speak for themselves, but I believe you will find them to call me, in your tongue, their war captain.
Make one final persuasion check.
No!
What did you say? Final.
You know this was gonna be awful.
Get that dice from the freezer. If you didn't put it in there, shame on you.
Don't worry. If someone attacks Illigith, I have a ready action prepared.
I also have a ready action, so this bitch's
Hey,
gonna get
we're like-
disintegrated.
Yeah, and I think Gnocchi said this from the very, very, very beginning. Yeah. All right.
We're just ready for her to to attack and just immediately just ash.
Just like a nuclear megaton
Just
goes
like
up.
ash.
Boom. Okay, all right. This is what all of you got this die for me for. Big moments,
Don't
heart
fail us.
thumping. Don't worry. If I fail you, I have 2 points of inspiration. That was bad. All right, here we go. The dice tell the story. The dice tell the story. The dice tell the story.
The dice told the story.
Molly.
Oh, the dice
Please
told
don't
the
be a
story.
1. Was it a 1?
The dice told the story. Oh, the dice told the story.
Did
Boys,
it really?
the dice told the story.
Ah!
What?
I'm not joking. That's my third 20 tonight.
On your third persuasion.
Oh my god.
Oh man, I'm sick. I should not be.
It wasn't enough.
I don't know. My rule of thumb is don't ask for a check if they can't even pass it,
That's true, yeah.
which I think is everyone else here too.
Hey! Quiet down in the peanut gallery. Yogi.
So Stormbreaker, this woman, which, by the way, it's pretty rare for a Goliath woman to become a war captain. This, like, to rise above, like, the rank of a normal warrior or lieutenant. This badass Goliath that leads her own war bands, Stoneface, and has just presented this air of confidence, power, and strength. Meets her equal, if not greater. And she smiles.
Stick the hand out, stick the hand out, stick the hand out, stick the hand out, stick the hand out.
What is your full name, Lionheart?
What the? Yikes. Just want to help my babies, huh? Yilligith, the lion heart of Thunuk Aval, son of Lokir the Oak. And
Brother.
champion of Ilmater. Wasn't done.
Yes. Cool.
Not only are you the elf's kinsman, you are his brother. And she laughs. I will take your letter of challenge. May you meet the Blood Wolf on this day. End of session.
All right, guys. Here's my plan.
All
right.
Let's hear it.
I just realized that you are over a 10th level paladin, meaning you have aura of courage, meaning that anyone within 10 feet of you can't be frightened, meaning that if I cast fear with a 30-foot cone, like a 30-foot radius in all directions, all of the people, like literally, like almost everyone, were just been like, "Ah!" And then we would have just been like, that was my plan in case we all got effed. Your
That's
aura
right,
of courage would have been the beautiful protection.
Yeah,
for us
Well,
all.
okay. Question. Clarifying question.
Uh-huh.
The Blood Wolf. May you meet the Blood Wolf. That's some type of, like, deity, right?
So
She basically just said, like, let's fight. Whoever wins, wins.
right.
That's what I understood.
Yeah. So Logan, I'll tell you, the way that translates into English, it's just weird. Basically, in Goliath, what she's saying is, "May you meet the Blood Wolf," "May you meet the Blood Wolf in battle. May you test your mettle against his."
Wait, so they're not fighting?
She essentially, Illigith managed to go past that. He has gained this woman's respect, like, immensely.
Basically, Illigus just did this on the entire settlement. Omen, this one's for you.
Yep. Pretty much. He just his faith, his just freaking unwavering. He's just like, normally, Illigith would know the steps in between all of this, and he just superseded all of them. She's accepted that you want to challenge the Blood Wolf. At least that is what she gained from this.
Oh, so the
And-
Blood Wolf is a person.
Yeah.
So the blood. From my understanding, is
So
there's a
that's
chieftain.
That's big guy. That's the head honcho.
Head honcho.
We're not fighting her. You've earned the right to go directly to Big Boss. Got it.
Illiith wants to be chieftain of the Goliaths as a nation.
Because that's the only way that this would work.
That's the only way that this works. That's it. There's no other way.
Got it. Now I understand what just happened.
Yep. So, yeah. And that
Basically,
one of the things that you would have to do, you know what? We can explain this next time.
Yeah.
what are you talking
Right.
about, Mola? We still got another 50,000 hours to go.
Yeah. Oh, if you think
Alright,
it's like, if you think I have that prepped, you sweet summer child.
All right, see y'all in 2 weeks.
He has hours of pacing back and forth to do.
That's true. He does. We've given him lots of work to do.
Oh yeah.
There will be a hole in your ceiling once more.
All I have to say is I couldn't have been there and stood there in front of everybody without my bros behind me. So
Without the 18.
That's right. We are the 18.
Yeah. So the
It's for you, Malvadrian. This is for you.
Oh, and Illigith,
Too soon.
I'll go ahead and say this. One of the things that she muttered under her breath, before saying that, and as she was kind of laughing to herself. No, when she was kind of laughing to herself. I don't know what the word in Goliath would be, but she said, "Unbreakable." And that'll be the title of this session. Is Unbreakable. Yeah. Either Unbreakable or Immovable, whichever one y'all think sounds better.
Man, we did not shift at all our facial
What
expressions.
about Uvuk Avan Unbreakable? Because they're almost extinct. but not quite.
I like that. I like at least Unbreakable because her name is the Stormbreaker.
Yep. Oh, that's even better. Yep. I like that.
Magnificent.
Yep. All right. Marry me to prove your allegiance. LOL.
That's what I said. Oh my gosh.
Okay, that's
Wait,
the.
am
Yep,
I wrong?
that's the end. That's the end of the session. Titled Unbreakable. All of these notes I've made for Goliath's stat sheets and frickin' Stormbreaker and what she can do. Yeah, you know,
Holy
screw all
crap.
that. What matters? What did my work? What did my hard work even matter in the face of
I fireball her.
In the face of 2 nat 20s.
Yeah, right.
and epic role playing? What can I do about that anyway?
If it makes you feel better, Molly, I wanted to kill her. Yeah.
Yeah, I was
Obeli,
gonna say in epic Illios style, he forever blocks all combat.
Can we
Yeah.
can we
Avoiding
just like
combat.
can we all like do the attack we would have done like as soon as she turned just to see like how much damage we would have dealt to her in like an instant.
yeah, Milo.
I mean,
Sadly, the dialect of giant that you're used to, it sounded like she said "kill them."
oh no.
No.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
LOL.
That's
No,
it.
but for real, like she would have been met with. I think I can have access to the highest level smite right now because it starts at 2d8.
Yep.
All we need
3d8,
is for
3d8,
Wesley to have
5d8.
been a divination wizard with 20 portent, like with portents that were nat 20s, and just like
Oh, that'd have been hilarious.
Wow.
Man.
If you ever get portents, them on Noki.
All right. That's the end of the session. Session 25. Unbreakable. Good night, America.
2 weeks fully.
Booyah!